The random jottings of Donald J. from Nelson in Pendle. As darkness fell upon Thursden Valley, a mischievous hobgoblin emerged from the depths of the nearby woods. In the depths of the ruined chapel, the echoes of Jonas Lee's sermons still lingered, carried by the wind that whispered through the cracks in the dilapidated walls. Over the years, tales of his extraordinary life and tragic demise had woven themselves into the fabric of Thursden Valley. But it wasn't just the memory of the zealous preacher that haunted these grounds. There were otherworldly beings whose presence sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to venture near. Legend spoke of a ghostly figure that roamed the chapel grounds, its ethereal form gliding silently through the shadows. Many claimed to have seen the ghost of Jonas Lee himself, forever trapped between the realm of the living and the dead. Some described him as a benevolent spirit, while others swore he had turned malevolent, filled with bitterness and regret. But one thing was certain: his spectral presence was undeniable. As darkness fell upon Thursden Valley, a mischievous hobgoblin emerged from the depths of the nearby woods. Known as Pucknose, this impish creature delighted in playing pranks on unsuspecting villagers. With pointed ears and a twisted grin, he reveled in causing mischief and confusion. Pucknose was drawn to the chapel ruins, sensing an opportunity to amplify his trickery amidst the supernatural aura that surrounded the place. Meanwhile, deep in the heart of the valley, a demon priest known as Malachi plotted his wicked schemes. Malachi was a servant of darkness, seeking to spread chaos and despair wherever he tread. With eyes aflame and a voice that dripped with malevolence, he commanded a legion of demonic minions, ready to do his bidding. He had long coveted Thursden Chapel, sensing the residual spiritual energy that emanated from its ruins. It was the perfect place to perform a dark ritual and summon even greater forces of evil. One fateful night, the paths of the ghostly Jonas Lee, mischievous Pucknose, and sinister Malachi converged within the crumbling walls of the chapel. As the clock struck midnight, a swirling vortex of supernatural energy enveloped the surroundings, drawing power from the spirits of the past. The ghost of Jonas Lee, once a humble preacher, found himself locked in a battle of wills against the demonic influence that Malachi sought to unleash. Pucknose, who had intended to stir up mischief, realized the gravity of the situation. The balance between good and evil teetered on a precarious edge. Putting his prankster nature aside, he joined forces with the ghostly preacher, using his cunning and tricks to distract the demon priest and his minions. Together, they devised a plan to banish Malachi and restore peace to the chapel and the valley. Through a series of clever deceptions and illusions, Pucknose and Jonas Lee managed to confuse and disorient the demon priest. They exploited his pride and vanity, leading him to believe he was gaining the upper hand. Little did Malachi know that the ghostly preacher was channeling the residual spiritual energy of the chapel, empowering himself with a force stronger than any dark magic. In a final climactic showdown, Jonas Lee unleashed his spectral powers upon Malachi, driving the demon priest back into the depths of the abyss from which he came. The dark forces dissipated, leaving only the echoes of victory ringing through the chapel. From that day forward, Thursden Chapel became a place of renewed sanctity. Jonas Lee's ghost, having fulfilled his purpose, found solace in the peace that descended upon the valley. Pucknose, having witnessed the triumph of goodness over evil, retired his mischievous pranks, choosing instead to become a protector of the chapel and its spiritual legacy. Together, the ghost, the hobgoblin, and the memories of the demon priest became intertwined with the fabric of Thursden Valley. Their story served as a reminder that even in the face of darkness, the strength of the human spirit and the power of friendship could prevail. And so, the legend of the ghost, hobgoblin, and demon priest continued to be whispered through the generations, keeping the memory of their extraordinary encounter alive in the hearts of those who passed through Thursden Valley. By Donald J.